I was at the Quapaw Powow one year, and one of the gentlemen was there. He was a ex-military veteran. He was a code talker with Comanche, Charlie Chibitty. We flew his flag at the powwow, and when we retired the colors, stood there and folded the flag up and walked up and handed Charlie his flag, and he stuck it under his arm and stood to attention and saluted me. The first time I'd been saluted since I got out of the Army. And that was quite a thrill. I mean, just my heart jumped up in my throat when that happened. And that's another thing that made me proud to be a Quapaw, plus a veteran. And I strive to try to do the right thing, which I was raised to do by my mother, and it was just an honor to be able to do that. I told the man, I said, I sure like your shirt. He says, well, the old-time ladies made that shirt for me. He said, I want to talk to you after the dance. So he came to my camp there at the powwow grounds, and he walked up there, had his bells on and everything, and he said, I want to talk. And he said, put 2 chairs back to back. And we sat there, and he'd talk, and he'd tell me stuff that he said I've never told a person. I said, well, I'll never speak it to anyone else either. But he'd tell me a story, and he'd sniff. He was crying. And we sat there for probably close to an hour, and he'd be quiet for upwards of 5 minutes, maybe 10, just sitting there, and I could hear him back there. And he told some stories about how the military would, didn't have a word for airplane back in the old days. Called them birds. Tanks were turtles. And he was sat there, and he stopped, and I kept waiting for him to talk to me, and I turned around and he was gone, and he had bells on. I never heard him leave, and had a picture of him on our program book. Charlie Chibitty was on the front page of it. I was going to get him to sign that for me, and he passed away. Didn't have a chance to get him to sign it. But that's just, part of my history of the Quapaw Powow.